Hey everybody, it's Joe from greenlightsound.com, and today we've got another tip courtesy of Andrew Scheps. This one is another parallel process, which he is very fond of, and he calls this his stereo vocal crush. Really what it is a parallel 1176 compressor that you send the vocal to give it a more aggressive sound. And this is often automated to have less in the verses and quieter parts and more in the choruses. And the settings for this are really, really simple. First of all, Andrew Scheps uses this exact plugin here, the CLA 76, a very inexpensive 1176 plugin. There's dozens and dozens of 1176 plugins though. You can use any one you'd like. So the first step in setting it up is to get the ratio correct, which is all buttons in. So you hit this bottom button here, you get them all in. On some plugins, you have to like shift click all of them to get them in, but it's that all buttons down sort of broken mode that gets that really aggressive sound. Second thing we do for the settings is get our attack and release correct. We're going to go for the slowest attack. That's all the way to the left at 1. Remember, an 1176 is a little bit different than a lot of other compressors. It goes from slowest to fastest on the knob. So slowest attack, and we've got the fastest release all the way over to 7. Now, Andrew Scheps often leaves the input and output stock, which is around 30 on the input and 18 on the output. I had to crank up the input and back off the output a little bit on this to get the amount of gain reduction I wanted. So depending on how hot the vocal signal you have going into this is, you can just adjust the input and output to get the amount of gain reduction you'd like. Here, I'm going all the way up to maybe 7 to 10 dB of gain reduction. So right now I've got a vocal part. I'm gonna have the stereo vocal crush channel muted and all the way turned down, so we're not hearing any of the parallel compression. This is just the vocal by itself.
Remember the time not long ago, I could feel the power of the autumn love.
You get the idea. I'm going to bring the main vocal channel down and bring the stereo vocal crush channel up. And that's going to allow you to just hear what the compression is doing by itself.
Remember the time not long ago, I could feel the power of the autumn love.
So you can hear that really crushed, compressed sound happening there. You could push it even farther if you put the input a little bit hotter, but for me, that's kind of aggressive enough the way it is right there. So now what I'm going to do is bring the main vocal back up. I'm going to bring the stereo vocal crush channel all the way down, and I'm going to use the fader to ride it up as it plays. And you can hear that aggressiveness sort of kick in as you raise that fader up.
Remember the time not long ago, I could feel the power of the autumn love.
I'm going to bypass it on and off with the solo and mute button on the parallel channel as it plays.
Remember the time not long ago, I could feel the power of the autumn love. I made up my mind, I said it's time to go. To live my life without you, live my life all on my own.
What it really does is give that ultra compressed sound, but it also allows the beginning of the words, the hard consonants, the T's, the C's, to really be aggressive and kind of pop through with an almost kind of sort of spitty sound to it. And that adds to the aggressive character you may want in the type of mix you're working on. Again, really easy settings. Slowest attack, fastest release, all buttons in, sent off the vocal on a parallel channel, a stereo vocal crush, courtesy of Andrew Scheps. If you have any questions or comments, let me know in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already, so we can keep you in the loop as to what's coming up next, and I'll see you in the next one.